I'm Candice Bax-Friesen with Driven by Results. Today we're talking about networking and the importance of networking to generate more referrals for your business. So one of the things to remember with networking is that it's a win-win. So often we go into a networking event and we're thinking, what can we get out of this? But we need to change our attitude and our mindset to think, how can we also help others there? So it's a win-win and you're looking to build relationships. So another thing to think about is that you want to systematize so that you have a predictable income. So systems are really important in business and networking's the same. So you want to have a bit of a rhythm to it, and you want to sort of have different steps so that you have the predictable income and you know it's going to work. So you're not going to a networking event thinking, I wonder if this is even going to pay off. You know, you have that attitude that, this is what I do and this is the system I follow, and then everything works out and I know what's going to happen. So the third thing to think about is that everybody knows about 250 people. So sometimes we go into networking events thinking about just that person, but it's important to remember that they know a lot of people. And so always you want to be asking for referrals and thinking about who these people know as you're building these relationships as well. The fourth thing is that you want to ask a lot of questions. So it's very easy to just start talking about yourself, talking about your business, especially if you're really passionate about it. But it's very important in networking and in building relationships to be asking great questions, listening, of course, to what they're saying, and then later on, write it down. So make some notes when you leave the event or step outside of the room for a minute, make a few notes so that later you're not wondering, what was that I was talking about with, I don't know who that was 4 months ago, right? So make the notes, and then you have some great information that when you later meet with those people and you have a follow-up coffee or lunch date, that you have that information handy and people can tell that you were listening. The fifth thing to remember is that connecting with others in an event is great, but if you can connect people who are already there, then it really makes you look like you're a center of influence and someone who's very influential. So if you know somebody, Bob, and you know Sue, and you could say, hey Bob, you really need to meet Sue. She's this wonderful person. She's highly successful in her insurance business. And making those connections and those introductions makes you look like a person of influence. So just to keep that in mind as well. There's tons of different ways to network really well. This is a great start. And if you want to connect further with me on this topic, it's drivenbyresults.ca.